old school shit.
Word, hey man, whatever works.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning into the Joey Class podcast. I need you to like, subscribe, comment, do all the fucking things you gotta do because you don't want to miss this one, man. This one's a favorite of mine, bro. I love this guy that's coming on, man. He is a multi-instrumentalist. Just got this dope ass EP with his band out on Spotify. What else, man? My guy is the ultimate OG. I'm talking the ultimate yams in the tea, white dad in training, the OG, the real Tommy Pickles, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What's up, Tommy?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
What's dope, bro? That's dope, man. You had a nice long day.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know if it was nice. It's just long, bro. You know what I mean?
Dude, man, no, I'm so glad that you were like, fuck it, bro. We'll do it, man, because...
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I was like, Sunday... Like, I would tell you Sunday, and then Sunday's going to come, and I'm going to be like, do I feel like going out on a Sunday?
Yeah.
I think Sunday I'm planning to just chill. So I was like, let's just do it tonight. Let's get it over with.
And the thing is, I would have just been editing a video today. I was ready to... Like, I had a lot of work today. And I'm like telling my boss, bro, you better find somebody to help me out, man. I got shit to do today.
Word.
And then once you were like, yeah, you know what? We could do Sunday. I was like, all right. And my boss called me. He's like, yo, bro, I'm going to send you some help. I'm like, all right, man. I appreciate it. But like, I think I might handle this. I think I got this. And then you were like,
my bad.
hey, man, you know what? Let's do it tonight. Hit my boss. Make sure you send me that fucking help, bro. I am not playing. I got shit to do. I switched it up, bro. I switched it up on him, man.
Word.
So that was cool though, man. Because you know what? Just getting the reps in, right? Helps out, right? Just kind of building up the muscle of editing. I'm always trying to do different things, right? Even the intro and the first part. I just want to see what works.
Right.
I just want to keep trying things out.
The more you play with it, the more it's like anything, even music. It's like the more you like do something or practice, it's just gonna get better and better, So I don't know.
Yeah. So you were you just came out of doing some band leading, right?
Yeah, teaching marching band, man. It's fun.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I've been doing it since straight out of high school, pretty much. Been involved with it to some extent. It's a commitment, bro. It's like, because they started in July, but it starts off like light in July. So like in July, they do like maybe 2 or 3 practices a week. Yeah. And then August, it ramps up a little more. And then end of August, it's like next week is band camp or whatever, so it's the entire week. And that's just like, they call it band camp, but it's really, band camp is just long days, that's all. Like I'm not going to do the whole thing. They go from 12 to 8 for band camp every day next week.
Damn.
But I'll just be going after work, but still, it's a long day, because I'll be going 9 to 8, because I go 9 to 5 at my job, then 5 to 8 there, bro. It's just a lot. But
you've been in band basically all throughout high school?
Yeah.
Do you kind of like see yourself in some of the kids, or like what's their, like when you were in band in high school, do you see them almost like the same, or is it like a next generation kind of thing?
I think so. Yeah. I think I see them like I could see myself in them for sure. Like you could see like the, basically just like the way they act is the same shit. Like, it's funny because I feel like I still never grew out of being a student there too, because like the teachers that are there were my teachers when I was there. So like, but even when I was there, like we were always cracking jokes and stuff like that. It's always just been like, that's the best part about it, is just being able to like chill with the people there. Like that's pretty much the kids there and like the other staff there. Like it's the reason I still do it, because it's mad fun to talk to them and just like.
How's that dynamic though? Now being the teacher.
It's pretty much fine. Like, I struggle with it because I only struggle with it because I feel like I never look or feel like a student to anybody. I still like, I end up being like too cool with the students. You know
I see.
I end up being like, like I let them slide with shit, because it's like when I was there, I would have wanted to let You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So you're the cool one, man.
Yeah. But everybody's cool. It's just like sometimes I probably let them slide with too much. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man. I was never in band. I did violin, like 5th, 6th grade,
Word.
choir, but I always remember looking at the band people. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Word.
That's pretty cool, but
It's cooler than it looks, to be honest. Like, fun fact, all the guys in Ford met them through band.
really,
I was their teacher, actually. That's kind of funny that we're talking about like how I was like because so I graduated, right, and then I was like on staff right after high school.
Oh, okay.
So then Jex and Adam, they joined probably like 2 or 3 years after that. So like Jex's senior year was because he came from New York like 2 years in or something like that.
Okay.
His first year in Linden High, he didn't do marching band, but his senior year, he did marching band. And Adam joined with him. Kimber joined. So they were all in the percussion. So that's how I met all of them.
Oh, that's
and obviously
interesting.
I know Rob, but ironically too, Rob was a senior when Jex was a senior. So like, they all knew each other and stuff like that. So that's just how it all culminated. It started from there.
So you met everybody in that, but then how did the idea of the band start?
So we just got tight through being like there and stuff like that. So then like after everything ended, we were like still texting. We had a group chat and stuff. And then what's it called? One day Jex was like we would talk about music and stuff, and Jex was like, yo, you should come over and we could jam one day. Yeah. It was just me, Jex, and Adam one day. And we just started, I just brought a piano.
That's dope, man.
I didn't know, I wasn't good at piano at all at that point, but I was just like, yeah, we'll just try some
That's
stuff.
crazy to think now, man, because you're smooth with the piano, the trumpet, be playing a little bit of bass here and there, right? Yeah. And you're the main vocalist.
Yep.
What was the first performance? Was it Omi's?
Yeah, the first real performance was Omi's. I think we did one small performance in Jex's backyard for his graduation party in high school or something like that. But the first real performance was Omi's for
That's
sure.
cool, man. That's cool, man. I mean, speaking of bands, right? Like just fucking last week, didn't we see the fucking greatest concert?
Dude,
to me,
shit was once in a
legit
lifetime.
One of the best concerts I've ever been to, man.
Literally,
yeah,
so cool. It's crazy to think you'll never see that again, ever.
Yo, me and my girl were watching a documentary, right, about Woodstock '99, and just what a fucking shit show that was, right?
Word.
And it's on Netflix, and you see how they were trying to recreate the vibe of '69.
Word.
And the dude who was just billing the acts, he was just like, okay, these are the highest, grossing acts and stuff like that. And then one of the interns was like, I don't think you realize who's on the bill.
Word.
Korn, Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, all these very not Woodstocky kind of bands. And it was just to see it go from 3 days into a pit of destruction. Word. And then just hearing Rage Against the Machine and seeing they riot at one point, and they're just like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Word.
Fuck you. And they're marching. And I'm like, that's 99. That's 1999. Word. And then to think that 20 years later, right? We're watching them in Madison Square Garden as if they just fucking dropped their first album.
Dude, that show is crazy.
Crazy, man.
The visuals, everything about it. It's just super. I was a fan before, but now I feel like I'm a super fan of Rage Against the Machine,
I'm fucking going everywhere, just and now I'm rolling down Rodeo with the shotgun. Just delivering a package.
Turn on the radio. No. Whatever the fuck it is, man. I just keep you know what's weird? Which songs is it? It's Gorilla Radio, and then what's the other one where he says "fuck it, turn it off"?
Oh,
it's cool because if you listen to those, I always get those confused. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure
Gorilla Radio, turn that shit up.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where he's like, "Fuck it, you know what?
Fuck it, turn it off." I think I don't know if it's probably on purpose. I think it's the same rhythm.
Okay.
So Gorilla Radio. I think he says turn on the radio. Nah,
fuck it, turn it off. Oh, it is.
It's like the same
It
thing.
is.
So I always get those confused because I'm like, now I'm always like, turn on the radio, not fucking no. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking me up, but that shit's so dope, man. The whole like, I feel like seeing a band live changes the way you see them completely.
For sure. No,
like,
for sure.
It's like it's funny because sometimes when like I knew this concert was coming up, right? So I was like, all right, I gotta get like up on my Rage Against the Machine, like make sure I know all the songs. But I was like, you know what? Like it got like to a week out, and I was like, fuck it. I was
turn
like,
it off.
Yeah, fuck it, turn it off. No, it was basically like because all the other concerts I've gone to, whether I knew the band or if I like even if it was an opener, I was like, the best experience is like feeling that
experience it for like the first time.
Like live, like songs that I never gave a shit about before of Rage Against the Machine. Now I like feel that song. I'm attached to it.
Well, that's how I felt with Streetlight Manifesto.
Word.
I didn't know anything, and then just the energy of which I like encountered them.
Yeah,
I listened to those songs, and immediately I'm transported back. And that happened with a few days before that. Me and Freddie saw Kendrick Lamar. I seen him 3 times already. That was the 3rd time I watched him, right? So I saw him on the Pimp a Butterfly tour, the Damn tour, and this was the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I didn't really listen to that album. I heard it once, and I was like, you know what? Didn't really
sometimes like newer stuff just doesn't click for you until you. But go ahead.
No, and I was telling Freddie that I'm like, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, to me, just as like a rap head, right? Is like Kendrick Lamar was like one of those people that couldn't be touched, like he couldn't do no wrong, and then that one just kind of mortalized him, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of brought him down where it was like, okay, you know what? Not everything is gonna be dope. Not everything is gonna resonate with me, but now after seeing the concert, hearing some of those songs, and kind of like just singing the chorus and stuff like that. I then listened to the record again, and instantly I started connecting with like 3 or 4 songs that before was just like whatever to me.
Word. Yeah, it's just a different experience. Like when you experience a song live, especially for the first time, but even just in general, it like changes the way you feel and hear that song. Like
for sure.
What's funny is there's this guy, you heard of Rex Orange County? I think I've told you a little bit about him before.
The guy who does like the kind of comedy show. On stage?
No. Okay. That's Oliver Tree.
Okay.
Rex Orange County is like, he's a British dude. He's like, you gotta check him out. I really like his music. He's kind of like he's pop, but it's like kind of like a jazzy pop to me. Like it's really cool. But we went and we saw him live. Like probably this was before COVID. Okay. And basically we saw him in Radio City Music Hall. Okay. So and he's like young. He's younger than me. So
damn.
His first album was when he was like 16 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think his father's like a music producer, so like I think he's always in it. But basically, he released like a new album right before the show that we went in. Like that he was touring that new album, and the new album I was like, I don't know if I really like it. It's kind of like it's all right, and then. When I got there, like there's one song, like the first song on the album, I like hated it because I was like, there's something about it that just throws me off. I don't like it. And
turn it off, man. Fuck it. Turn it off.
With was like, yo, I think you're just like you're being a little dramatic. It's not that bad, bro.
It's like, hey, man, I know my music.
And now, like,
I know my music.
But no, when I went there and I listened to it, I fucking love the song. So
damn.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's just like the live experience is just so much different.
That's crazy, man. So he's what, like 22, 23 performing at Radio City?
Yeah.
I was just listening to an interview with Bela Fleck. Okay. And he did his first album when he, Bela, right? Like banjo guy?
Yeah.
He did his first album when he was like 20, 21. And then all of a sudden is like going to all these jazz festivals and playing with like the top-notch jazz musicians and stuff like that. And it's just like it's crazy where it's like once you just sort of get it in your head that it's like, okay, this is what I'm composing. Let's just head to the studio and let's just drop it in there, right? It really gives you, I guess, a confidence to, all right, fuck it. Where else can we kind of take this from now on?
Yeah. I think it's cool. It's been cool because we're starting to write new stuff now with the band, and we're just like plowing through them, man. We have like we have like at least 5 solid that we're like, all right, these are songs. You know, like it starts off like it's an idea.
Yeah.
And then like you start writing a little more.
A riff here, a verse
like,
here.
All right, we're getting somewhere with this. It's not really a thing yet, but we have like 5 that are like, okay, those are songs. Like we're gonna put those on an album at some point. Okay. And then besides that, we have 5 that are like ideas, sort of like cooking up. Awesome. So like we basically have an album ready that we're just like. We're still like plowing through it, trying to get the rest done, get them like all to a place where like that's solid. But like it's crazy because for like 2 or 3 years before that, we were just like in writer's block. Like everything was just like, yeah, that sounds good, but this doesn't really work. This isn't really clicking for me. But like, and I think we just started realizing like we were overthinking it. I think like sometimes when you write stuff, the first first you might be like, I don't like it, and it's like, all right, then just put it aside. Like. We used to sit there for like hours, just like
trying to perfect
fight through that riff. Like this is gonna be something at some point.
Do you feel like the kind of pandemic helped that? Like just kind of starting it to do it like after the pandemic?
Maybe, I don't know, because during the pandemic we couldn't write shit. It was just like, but. I don't know. I think we just started to realize.
I mean, the pandemic is still on, right?
I
don't know, dude.
I don't know, man. I'm not the guy to ask.
That shit's like in the fuck it phase.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, like, I know it's still a thing, but I feel like it's not that much of a thing.
It's not.
Anymore,
the only time I go now and ever put on a mask is like when I'm making like a delivery to like a hospital or something like that, and it's kind of like, okay. Word. I asked the security guy, I'm like, you got a mask? All right, give me that.
Word.
On the elevator, as soon as I leave in the building, all right, bro, later.
Word.
Silly, man.
Yeah, I think, like, it's crazy to think about, like, when it first, like, kicked off, people were dying, bro.
That, and, like, when the first, like, kind of shutdowns were, like, happening, we were all, like, in the middle of, like, doing these fucking large shows, going to, like, fucking open mics almost, like, every single month, at least, like, 2 a month.
Word.
Right? And then, shit, that's why we shut down, that's why me and Freddie shut down, I think, the second front lines that we were going to do.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was going to go, I went to an event I think Sean Crisis did out in New Brunswick. And on the ride back, we were going through Rawway. We had just gotten the word that Hoboken just basically put a curfew. They're like, hey, bro, everything's off at 8 o'clock. We drove through Rawway and all the bars were like still open. We're like, feels a little weird. Word. Everything feels weird. And then the next day, everything shut down.
Word.
And that was March.
We were, you know what? We were actually in the studio when we found out the first, like, my mom texted me. She was like, oh, we just found out there's the first case in Linden of COVID. Oh. We were in the studio. I was like, oh, shit, I guess. And then, like, after that, I think we had to, like, postpone the stuff because, like, you know, we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Nobody knew.
Like, it's probably better we just postpone this
nobody
for a little
knew,
while.
Man.
So that like, and then we thought it was going to be, maybe like 2 weeks, fucking like fast forward 3 months or something, where it was like, I think it was after 3 months where you could finally say like, all right, we could do it, just like wear a mask or whatever, like, or just be careful, you know. Because, like, we were around each other anyway. So
everybody thought this show was going to be for, like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's crazy to think about how long it's lasted when you go back and think, like...
Dude.
It's just going to be, like, 2 weeks inside.
And then
at first I thought it was like, vacation, you know, get to work from home.
Everybody thought, bro.
Yeah.
And then I was still having board game nights with, like, my cousins and stuff like that. And I remember one night they came. And then we were kind of like... The next day, I was, like, saying to myself, damn, bro, should they have come over? Like, it's okay. The pandemic doesn't mean shit as long as it's close family, right? Close friends and family.
It's crazy when you were questioning that shit early on. Like, I don't know if I can trust these people, you know? And then it was like, what's crazy?
They were I saw them at a fucking party, at the wedding, at this birthday party.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And then things get very tribal, right? Yeah. Like, your parents were like, you can't do that, you know? Or your uncle was out here, you know?
Yeah, you got to be careful with certain people, especially certain people in your family. You know who's like
you know who
the
it
ones
is.
that act
You know
up.
who it is.
Yeah. I remember what's crazy was I was the first one to get COVID
in
my house, but I had to have gotten it from somebody else because we were already working home for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And like that was, you know, they say it's like 2 weeks is like the cutoff.
Nah, bro, COVID was like slipping through the cracks.
But like it's crazy because I didn't leave my house because that was when it was like in the heat of it, right? That was
Yeah.
like when it first started, shut everything down. I was in my house. I didn't go anywhere for 4 weeks. I didn't even walk outside because it was like it was cold out. There's nothing to do. So, but I must have gotten it from my dad. He works for Linden DPW, so
okay.
he had to work every day. It must have been like I'm guessing it was him.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. He didn't get anything. Like he didn't have any symptoms.
That's
or anything.
crazy.
So,
And I remember because I got it like around Christmas. Shout out to my girl, Super Spreader. And then we had both gotten it like around Christmas, and I remember you came and you brought me that gift, right, of the beers.
Oh yeah.
And then I gave you the muffins, and then I had COVID, and then I just had my mask outside. I'm like, here, bro.
Word.
You're like, I already had that shit, man.
Yeah, I had that shit already, bro. I didn't really. It is what it is, you know. Like, I haven't tested positive since the first time I had it. So
I feel like, well, like even like so. Besides the Kendrick, the Rage Against the Machine, I did jujitsu 3 times in the week, 2 times in one day. I did judo on Saturday, and then the day before that, me and my girl went again to Madison Square or like the Hulu Theater, and we saw an MMA fight. So imagine I was in New York 3 times. I've been fucking rolling with these filthy motherfuckers, right? You never know what the hell is going on. And then on the Friday of last week, I'm just like, oh, bro, I'm feeling sick and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that could have been COVID.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's like, whatever.
It's just like it's like a flu almost at this point, you know? Like,
and even then, not a strong one.
I'm pretty sure that the death rate is pretty low at this point. So,
man,
I'm not trying to minimize anything, but it is what it is.
Nah, minimize it, man. If you die now through COVID.
Yeah, what are you doing if you die?
Come on, dude. Right, pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Literally. Yeah, I think it's pretty much done. Like, I think my mom has finally stopped saying, like, oh, it's gonna come back. Like, because...
Like, she was waiting? She was counting on it?
You know, like a few months ago, they were still saying on the news every fucking week, it's like, oh, it's going to be, you know, it's coming back. The cases are going up.
They tried with the monkeypox, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? What's that, bro? That's monkeypox.
Dead ass, bro. No, that was blood work.
Oh, man, it's always something, bro. And now here you got the fucking infestation of the red lanterns.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I killed, like, no lie, I'm in the double digits. I probably killed like 20 today. Because I'm like always delivering, right? So I'm like, I see the motherfucker. Word. And I've killed so many that I know, like, if they're nice and fat, I'm like, that one's old. Squish. If it's tiny, I'm never going to catch it because they're like springy motherfuckers, right? They got like teenagers, testosterone, whatever. And then you got the babies that look like frogs. They don't even have the wings, and you can't even kill them. They're waiting on you. As soon as you get that close, jumping out. But check out this ultimate hustle, dude. Some dude or gal or trans, whatever, is taking dead red lanterns, spotted flies, right? Spreading the wings out, framing them, and selling them for $50.
Hey, man. That's a hustle.
Already over 800 orders. The dude probably already made like over 40 grand. They
look like mad pretty when you look at them.
40 grand.
That's crazy.
Somebody's committing genocide right now.
Dude's out
mass
there
genocide.
Just fucking spraying
and fucking making money.
Probably killing the environment worse with some fucking like pesticides.
And he's a hero. You see these fucking billboards. Stomp them out.
Bro.
Yeah, they're eating my plants. You saw those plants, right?
Oh, word?
I see them. Get the fuck off my plant, bro.
Man, they're all over everything.
Jesus.
It's crazy, though, because how do you really, like, stop it at this point? Because I feel like they're here now.
You can't.
Yeah, I think it's over. We lost.
You see in Pennsylvania, there was, like, a video where they, it's like a tree bark, right? And then you're like, look at all these spotted lantern flies. I'm like, it's just a tree. And then when he gets closer, you see the trees, like, as a wave, and it's moving. Then he grabs his hand, and they all start dropping. I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm not going to Pennsylvania.
Word.
Because that looks like an infestation.
Yeah, they're all over. They started... It's crazy because last year they were worse here, but I think they're spreading across the U.S. now. It's over. We lost that battle.
Right. You see them in Florida?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to win. Like, how do you stop them? Like, unless you're just going to start killing everybody, including
They're
people,
telling you
know.
to step on it. And I'm like, I stepped on over 20 today. And I'm like, am I doing something?
Yeah, it feels like...
Am I contributing to
I feel like it's a losing bet. Like, I feel like that makes sense when it was, like, first starting, and it's probably, like, you see a few here and there. Bro, it's done now. Like, you see trees that are just covered in them sometimes.
It's in the second year pandemic phase.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, fuck it.
Literally. I don't think you're going to get rid... Yeah, you know what? That's what happens with bugs, though. Like, I think...
That's what happens with pythons, too, right? In Florida?
With all the, like, invasive species. Like, it happens with some asshole who brings one... Like, I bet you... How much you want to bet someone brought that fucking... One of those little lantern flies over, like, look how cool this thing is.
And I'm sure
fucking
they naturally just thought, like, bro, I found the coolest... Because it does look pretty cool. It does look pretty cool, but...
And then they just fucked everybody.
And then he knows, too. He's like, fuck, man. That just happened last year. He's like, fuck, bro, I brought that shit.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, don't quote me on any of this shit, but I was watching something, I think it was on TikTok, where it was like the killer bee guy on TikTok, and he was saying, there's a guy, he's like an exterminator down south. Okay. Killer bee guy. Like, he kills the killer bees, pretty much. He? Or he, like, tries to exterminate them.
Is he a character?
Yeah, he's definitely, like,
Can I look him up?
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Killer bee guy. So, like, he has a video where he's explaining why, because people are like, don't kill the bees, we need them for pollination, blah blah blah. And he's explaining, he's like, nah, these bees are fucking assholes. That these bees came from, like, Europe. Like, they were an invasive species they brought over to do, like, to make honey.
Is he selling his own honey? Oh no, this is like a...
No, I think that's like... You gotta look on TikTok.
Okay.
I mean, that could be him. I don't know. He has like a red truck or some shit on TikTok. That's the guy with the big... Yeah. That's him. Look at him, bro. But yeah, he was explaining that, like, they're European bees that someone brought over. Maybe that is his website.
Oh, I think so, right?
Oh, maybe he's just selling shit. But basically, yeah, like, we don't need those bees. They're just... Someone brought them over to make honey, because then you don't have to import honey and it's cheaper. But basically, they're fucking vicious and kill people, pretty much. And kill animals and all kinds of shit. So they're invasive species. Like, most of the bees... I think most of the bees that live here, like, that are native to here, aren't really, like, stingers.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Turns out, unfortunately, folks,
nah, son, I am not. Nah, bro.
What a job, man.
I be delivering, and some of these spots, they got, like, hornets, and, like, you see them, right? And I'm a target, bro. When I say I'm a target,
bright yellow.
I'm in the brightest yellow. I stick out like a sore thumb. I'm like a Ronald McDonald motherfucker with his afro and a yellow shirt. The only yellow thing, right? Me and my van, we stick out. And these hornets, I'm talking like... the size of this, right? And my eyes are like horror, dude. Straight horror.
It sucks because you can't even tell which ones they are. Like, we have a problem in my backyard, but I don't think they're actually bees. They're like, we were looking it up because I got one and I was looking at it. Get the fuck
out of here. You killed it?
Yeah, we got one and I was looking at it and I, like, Googled, like,
is that what that blood thing is? You needed to get a tetanus shot?
No, I got blood work the other day. But what's it called? Yeah, we caught one. I think it's a hoverfly is what they call it.
Hoverfly.
I don't know the specifics of it, but they call it a hoverfly. It's basically like a pain in the ass fly that just looks like a bee or something like that. So, like, they go after your food and shit, but they don't actually sting or anything. So I was just swatting them, you know?
Okay, that does look like a bee, though.
Yeah, they might be related to bees. I don't know. But they're called hoverflies.
Okay, yeah, I've seen these things before.
They might be related to bees.
Yeah, yellow
but
jacket hoverfly.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I didn't look too deep into, like, what they are. I was just like, basically they don't sting. So I was like, all right, I can start swatting.
Oh, you're fucking ballsy, dude.
Bro.
Because you killed one without thinking that it was a bee?
Literally. I was like, we got to get one. We got to investigate. What the fuck is this?
I got stung by a dead bee because where I used to live, the basement, for some reason, there was this one spot where bees would just... lay dead. They would just lay dead, and I would grab them and I would like shoot like little videos. Right, I'd put them on top of like little toy cars and just some weird shit. And then one day I just fucking touched the sting. I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, they'll still get you.
Yeah, dude.
Because I think it's the venom or something that you can still like, even if you just get a little like prick or something, that shit will still get you.
Damn.
But yeah, nah, fuck that. I was getting tired of it. There's like 40 of them around, fucking flying around trying to get our food, and I was like, just swatting those motherfuckers. Yeah.
Fucking yellow jacket karate.
I don't know if they're actually yellow jackets. I don't know. Like, it says yellow jacket on there, but I've been stung by a yellow jacket before, so I don't know. When I was a kid, I was stung by a yellow jacket.
Oh, damn.
That shit sucked.
I got stung by one maybe about like 2 years ago on my ankle. Like delivering, and it got stuck on my ankle, and I went to go like kind of like hit it off, and maybe I even pushed it into my ankle.
Yeah.
And then like I was in a panic. I was wasn't even dating my girl yet, but I called her because she used to be like a nurse aide, and I'm like, I think I'm dying. This shit's swelling. I can't feel my foot. I'm getting hot. She's like, don't panic. And I'm freaking the fuck out, man. And it hurt. That shit hurt.
Allergic or?
I was allergic that day. I thought I was gonna die.
Allergic, the venom will fuck you up in them shits.
It fucked me up.
Yeah, like venom is fucking painful. Man. Yeah.
Nah, man, that shit was. Ugh.
Bro, imagine getting killed by bees, like just a swarm of fucking killer bees. What a way to go.
There was a movie, right? Like, was it The Sandlot? Right?
Maybe.
Where there was like a kid. He always had a bat. And then he would like hit people like in the forest. And then one day I think a kid rebelled, grabbed the bat, and then hit him. And then he's like running away, but then they accidentally hit like a beehive, and then the kid dies with a beehive. It was like,
are you talking about?
It was an old like 70s, 80s kind of movie.
Look up My Girl, because I don't know the exact plot, but I know a kid dies in a forest. Was there train tracks in the movie?
I think so. My Girl, Bee Death? Bee Attack?
I don't know. Unless we're just like combining movies together.
Who got stung by bees? Oh, Macaulay Culkin.
Nah, I don't think he was in that movie, so I don't know. Wait, just look up My Girl and see if you like recognize the movie.
Look, 10 most gruesome deaths from kids' movies.
All right, let's see.
Thomas J. is stung to death by bees. Is that Macaulay Culkin?
Oh, maybe. Was it?
That shit grainy as fuck.
It could be anybody right now. Maybe it is Macaulay Culkin.
So I guess I'm definitely confusing the movie. Because there was another movie with a bat, and it was also like in a forest.
Okay.
And I remember it was like a bully with a bat, and he was hitting these kids. Right. And then like I think they finally like towards the end of the movie, he rebelled. It is this movie.
I guess it was Macaulay Culkin.
It is. This was it, and this shit terrified me, dude. Oh fuck!
What a fucking way to go, man.
And they really...
Next scene, there you go.
But they really had, like, these bees on them, right? Or not, right? That's like CGI?
That could definitely be CGI.
Yeah, because he's just kind of like...
Yeah, he's just like this.
Fuck that, dude. How you going to be if those bees are really on you?
Nah, bro. Yeah, that was like... I'd be running, bro. I'd be fucking running. Why would you just be...
I slap myself. Bro, when I hear a mosquito just pass my ear...
Give yourself a concussion, bro.
I think I was doing jiu-jitsu today, and my instructor was showing me a move, and then like he just kind of did this move really quick and just kneed me in the head. He's like, shit. Oh, sorry, bro. And I'm like, it's okay. And then all day I'm like, and then it hurts like crazy, man.
Oh, sorry, bro.
So casual. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro. Oh, you just broke your leg.
Get
sorry,
your temple game up, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, bro, those bees, man. That was it, though. That was the scene. And like, I remember watching or just seeing that, right? Like, as a kid, and I'm like, and every time I saw a bee, I was like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Bro, that's a crazy way to go. I don't know. Like, there's people out there that genuinely have died from fucking just a swarm of bees, though. Like, killer bees, that shit's crazy, bro. Killer bees are, like, I think what's special about them is that they have, like, this, like, crazy venom that's, like, one sting and it'll, like, fuck you up. Like, you're done.
Same
But
with
imagine,
the
like,
hornets,
100 of
bro.
them stinging you or just covered in them.
Or the wasps. Those shits are just fucking huge.
Word. I think bees evolved from wasps.
Yeah?
So like wasps are actually like I think they actually like they're like meat eaters or something like that. From what I don't know. Don't quote me on anything.
Okay.
But I think they like bees are like pollinators and they go after like like flowers, all that kind of shit. But like wasps originally, like they go after like animals and shit like that. So like it's crazy.
Yeah, no bugs, bro. Even you know what movie freaked me out as a kid too? A Bug's Life. That shit just looks freaky. All these fucking
I guess maybe I was
locusts,
young and,
the ladybug. I'm like, why is that ladybug trans?
Bro, the ladybug does look weird as hell.
It's like a dude ladybug. And then I remember even as a kid, I'm like, what's wrong? Something's up here. I don't get it.
You don't like Flick, bro?
Flick? Was that his name?
That's the ant.
Oh, that was Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah, I think so. Tom Hanks is fucking everything in everything when I was a kid, bro.
He's not doing any movie. You think he'll do a movie now? Tom Cruise just did
He's
one. Probably just disappointed in his son.
If Tom Hanks
He's like, I can't show my face.
fucking what's his Chet Hanks, yeah.
Chet Hanks.
Bro. I don't know what that dude is doing.
No.
But you know what? I think I was watching somebody. Do you ever watch All Gas No Breaks?
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah,
Channel 5.
Yeah, Channel 5. You ever watch his interviews with him?
With Chet Hanks?
Yeah.
I seen clips.
You gotta watch like the full interview because it's interesting to watch because I feel like it's crazy. I love Channel 5, that guy Channel 5, bro. Andrew Callahan.
He's a genius, man.
Like, but the way he does interviews, like you learn so much more without him asking like pretty much asking no fucking questions or asking like the stupidest questions.
So what's Chet Hanks' deal then?
I don't know. Like, I don't know enough to basically.
Okay.
But I think what's interesting to see about like the interviews with Chet Hanks, like where he's kind of just like Andrew asks him the randomest questions or like things like that, or he'll ask him real questions sometimes too. Yeah. And it just kind of opens him up where like maybe it's just because like you gotta understand this dude isn't normal. He didn't grow up in a normal fucking.
I mean,
life,
that's like it's like Joe Biden's kid, right?
Yeah. Like, when you just grow up in fucking riches. And fame and like,
you grow up in the shadow, right? In the shadow of your all powerful father.
That's the thing that people don't understand. It's like it's not like you're just like obviously you don't feel bad for him, and like it's not like this guy's he has it rough or something like that. But
Hunter?
as like I'm talking about Chet.
Okay.
I don't know enough about Hunter to comment on him, but
smoking crack.
Yeah, I know there's some
hookers
weird
on the like. It's crazy, man.
Fucking Chet Hanks, I think he's like...
It's like you do whatever you can almost to purposely embarrass your dad. And then that kind of almost brings about like a liberation, right?
Yeah. I think it's literally just like you got to understand. Imagine growing up in like a house where it's like you will always just be the shadow of your parent. Like no matter what, you're never going to be like... It's very unlikely that like you know who's weird to me too? Will Smith's kids, like they're fucking weird to me, bro. Like Jaden and Willow,
I like Willow. So like she makes pretty decent music at least.
It's not even that they're like not talented or anything. Like I still think that about Chet Hanks too. Like do I think he's a piece of shit? No, I think he's just fucking weird, bro. Like, you know, it's fine. Like it's cool to be weird sometimes too. But I think people just misunderstand because like us looking at them, it's like, bro, they don't have to pay for anything. Ever. Like they're just covered for life. So like it's hard to like relate to them. Yeah. But like you'll never relate to them unless you'll never relate to them because you never grew up in a house where it's just like you're always just in the shadow.
I mean that's the issue, right? Like if you have a kid and you finally make it, right? You're successful. Now, how can this kid grow up without the same struggles you have, but still not in a bubble? Yeah. Right? And I was literally thinking to myself today, I'm like, the only way you could do it is like through sports or martial arts, right? The kid has to do something like that. Yeah. Because even as a rich kid, right? Like either you're doing water polo or lacrosse, but you're still going to go through loss, right? Yeah. You're still going to go through, fuck, bro, I got to train hard for this tournament. And damn, I made it all the way here to the end. and I failed. I lost. I'm a loser. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's tough because like you could either take care of that kid with everything, right? Like you can give them all the money in the world, give them everything they want, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're fucking," like they just got everything handed to them, so who cares about them? Or it's the opposite, where you like just completely detach. But then, are you really like a parent then? You know, it's kind of like you can't fucking win in that instance.
It's weird, man. Especially nowadays. Like I'm looking at like the Paul brothers, bro, and they've become some of my favorite people now.
Yeah.
Like I love Logan and Jake Paul, like just what they're doing and what they're about now. And I was never that attached to them in the early days. I never watched them. I just heard like kind of like through the grapevine, oh, the suicide video, right? Japanese forest, oh, these stupid kids, oh, look at these YouTubers, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, whatever. And then once I started seeing Jake actually start boxing and things like that, and then now Logan's in the WWE and his podcast is pretty dope too. And I'm just like, bro, these guys really, they took all of that could have made them a Demi Lovato coke addict.
Yeah.
A sort of larger than life kind of propped up Ariana Grande or something like that. But they kind of just took their own way and they're like, bro, I'm going to make my money. Right. And I have so much respect now for like people like Mr. Beast, the Paul brothers, and even somebody like Pete Davidson, like the way they take their fame and they almost leverage it the way they want to.
Yeah.
And I think that's who most people, especially like, our generation, should be looking at those people, not at Elon Musk, not at Jeff Bezos, not at people who made money kind of like in the old school entrepreneur way and more as this creative entrepreneur. Yeah.
My opinions on the Paul brothers are kind of like probably dated. Like, when they were I don't know if you know, but when they were like still like in the YouTube phase of things, they were doing some fucking wild shit, bro. That's just kind of like
what?
Like the suicide thing is the suicide forest is one thing where it's like, bro, you're a grown man. You know that this is fucked up, and you know what your audience is.
How old was he?
He was like, bro, even if you're like, I don't know how old he was, to be
honest.
If
you're like 18, 19, 20, even
still,
21.
I think like when you have like 99% kids audience, bro, you gotta have some responsibility, And I think that's the problem where like that's probably my issue with them. Like, and honestly, I don't hold it against them. That like the thing is, especially when you're young like that, and you see that you're just making all this money off of kids, pretty much like. You don't care. Like, you're pretty much like...
And that's your sole goal, right? Yeah. Content, bro. Yeah. This is good. Oh, you see that dead body over there? Bro, get that.
Like, I've seen some of the stuff they've been doing lately, and I'm glad they kind of gotten away from, like, just basically being kids' content when they're not really kids' content. Because basically, like, what their content was like, all right, let's, like, promote, like... shitty things to kids. That's pretty much what their entire business was for a long time. So I feel like I'm glad they've gotten away from it. And,
for sure.
And you know what? I get it. Like there's a lot of people who do weird shit on YouTube where like it's not just on YouTube, on the internet. Like it's a fucking feedback loop. You start something, if it's the worst thing in the world, like it's terrible,
lean into it.
Yeah, keep it going. Just keep going because if they're making money, it's like, well, I could quit now, or I can make like millions of dollars doing stupid shit, doing like the wrong thing, but like I'll be rich by the end of it. So who cares? So like it's kind of like it's a pretty tough moral decision, especially for people on YouTube who probably came like the Paul brothers were just some dudes from Ohio who would have probably been nobodies if it wasn't for like Vine taking off for them.
And then that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they really were able to now leverage it, kind of see like, oh, okay, I can't really do that anymore. I'm seeing like the sort of reactions I'm getting. Do I want to be this person?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden make this switch, right? Like, I really wanted to see that Jake fight. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it for the Kendrick. That should get canceled anyway. But whoever he's fighting next, man, whoever he's going to go, I know he's going to do something, I think, next month. I want to see it, man, because it's like, I think that's cool. I really think it's this sort of redemptive thing that people, they're just not used to kind of granting, right? Like, they're just like, oh, this person said AIDS, cancel them. cancel them, right? Like we don't want to look back. And I want to start seeing that redemptive arc way more.
Yeah, I think it was like they were in the era, they were doing that shit in the era of like iDubbbz, Filthy Frank, and all those guys. And like H3 in their heyday, when they were calling people out for that, like doing fucked up shit on YouTube.
H3, that's the hits.
That's H3 Productions.
That's like KSI and all them. No.
Nah. H3, you gotta look up H3.
Okay.
They were like huge back in the day. Well, they have a big podcast now. The H3 podcast.
I was like Freddie Wong days.
No. You gotta look them up.
All right, let me look them up. H3.
You probably would recognize him if you see him. He did like do you remember Vape Nation?
No.
Ethan Klein?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, Ethan Klein, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it called? But back in the day, they were making like the content where you just criticizing people and stuff like that. But it was cool. Like they kind of pioneered that whole thing. It was H3, iDubbbz, Filthy Frank.
Hey man, I have no idea what you said about me because
he would always have beef with Keemstar and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it was because like they would like call each other out and stuff like that. But it was mostly like they would just call out like shitty content. Like iDubbbz, right?
No.
Hey, what up,
Oh, you gotta that's Vape Nation.
H3, the sun finally came out. It's a beautiful, nice, warm day here in New York City, and I wanted.
No, I missed all this, man.
Yeah, this is
and
like
the thing
an
is,
era.
So that's interesting because I don't really know why Ethan Klein was famous, but I hear him now, right? I hear him now on like Bobby Lee and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, these are interesting characters, but I didn't really know about this.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I was very disconnected
with
this era of YouTube.
Basically, that era was special of YouTube because that was before like the adpocalypse when you could still do like whatever you wanted on there. So like Filthy Frank had like, you know who Filthy Frank is, right?
No.
Oh my gosh, bro. Filthy Frank is like it. Like the thing is, it hasn't aged well because you have to understand the context of like the time period when it was coming out. Like there's a video.
Francis of the Filth?
Yeah. Well, like I wouldn't look at that one. That's a long one. But look at like it pretty much just pick any of like is that who Joji is?
No.
Right.
Oh, how Joji escaped from Frankie Filth?
Well, Joji is like his character. That's who he is now. I wouldn't look at this though. This is like someone made. This is like a fan video or something like that. Maybe like just click like the first video that's up there, like all the way at the top.
Oh, let me go to Pimp My Wheelchair.
Oh, this one is fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. But like, I think the guy's in on it, so.
I mean, if I'm in a wheelchair and you're offering to pimp my wheelchair, why not? Oh my god, dude.
We do all kinds of wheelchairs. Today we got a very special guest coming through. Why don't you come out?
Wheels, cerebral palsy. Jesus Christ, bro.
What do you want us to fix? And why?
My main concern is I need more pussy.
Oh my god.
I want more pussy. I need it. I can't live without it. Like my bottle of liquor right here. I just need pussy to survive.
Yeah, he was just like always doing fucked up shit, man. There's a video. I think they actually took it off YouTube now.
Oh my god.
They made a video called Hair Cake. And they literally make a cake out of hair, bro. And they're like throwing up. It's like, this is like modern day Jackass.
Modern day Jackass, right?
But like in the most fucked up way. But like they also, so basically like now if you go back and watch his videos, you gotta check them out later. Like it's something you gotta do in your like alone time basically. Because you can't, it's not something you want to watch with other people because basically like a lot of the jokes probably haven't aged well.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because so basically this time period of
That's
YouTube,
a savage era of YouTube, bro.
Yeah, basically, and you have to understand like people were doing edgy shit just for the sake of doing edgy shit, but it was also because at the time it was kind of like, to me at that point, like the internet was very like corny. Like it was like you had to be very like,
I mean, imagine this is probably like the same era. Oh, this is like post. This is like post Newgrounds, post.
Yeah, so like like obviously there's always been edgy content on the internet, but I feel like this era was like around the time where like this is where like cancel culture started and stuff like that. So it started coming out and things like that.
You know what's really interesting, bro? So when me and my girl were watching the 99 Woodstock doc, you see how you could see the people kind of rebelling against this whole NSYNC Backstreet Boys nonsense that was happening on MTV. It was like Puff Daddy, everything was all bling bling and very, very corporate. And you saw on the ground level, like these were cornheads. These were Limp Bizkit fanatics. And it was also the Girls Gone Wild kind of era. Yeah. Where there's only like maybe one dude with a fucking video camera. And anytime somebody sees that camera, they're like, oh, tits out, bro. Like, like they're just doing gestures and they're just going wild. Like, absolutely wild. And I'm like, I think back and I can imagine that is that era, right? Limp Bizkit, right? Like System of a Down. And it's crazy how wild people were where they didn't have that outlet to kind of just put it out there and then see what other wild things people are doing. And then once you see like how wild somebody can really get, you start realizing, well, I'm not that crazy. Yeah. I'm not that's far gone. Yeah. But I like watching it. I gotta
send you some of his stuff because Filthy Frank is like an experience, bro. Like he's
dude, funny as hell. The way you're like remembering back, you're like, yeah, bro, this goes back to like losing virginity.
Like there's whole like subreddits for like Filthy Frank and stuff like that where like people are like, yo, I just remember those days where you'd see like a new video come out and it's just like, yo, this is going to be something so fucking bad.
Jesus Christ.
Like, and you could, like, if he did this, like, basically the reason he stopped, well, one of the reasons that, like, him, iDubbbz, all of them stopped was because the apocalypse, obviously. Yeah. And basically after that, they couldn't monetize doing this shit. Of course. So, like,
and now they want to start chasing the money. Now they got to start switching the content and stuff like that.
But most of them, I think, have made their money doing, like, they made it while they could, pretty much. Now, iDubbbz actually did a creator clash fight or something like that.
Oh, he was part of that?
He organized that.
Oh, with, smart.
I think Harley Plays was in it. Like, there was a few people in it. It was cool, but
and I heard that's what like KSI is trying to do. Like he's about to fight somebody right now, some other fucking YouTuber. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get in some of this action. I'm trying to bring up my YouTube status so I can kind of fight somebody. Fuck it, bro. I'll throw myself in there. Word. But after seeing that Rage Against the Machine concert, I think what I took out of that is I need to be riskier. I need to, because just the way they fucking channeled the entire stadium. Like once everything was done and then the lights came on, I took a video and just looked all around and I'm like, bro, this is wild. The way they have everybody right now like in a trance. And I'm like, man, there's something so powerful when it comes to a creator or even a group of creators just putting it out there. And I'm like now paying attention to, besides the Paul brothers, just creators putting it out there. Like that Bobby Lee thing where he's like talking about the breakup. I'm like, bro, that's very therapeutic, but that's wild too, right? To really just kind of be like this very open casket in a way. And I'm like, but there is something very interesting on how he monetizes literally his entire life in a very weird way. And I definitely want to kind of push this out a bit more because I kind of want a little bit of all that for all of us, right? Like just more video content. Fuck it, right? Like we were going to start the other podcast. Might as well try to work on that too. Just kind of keep going back and forth. I think
honestly, the only thing that stopped us with that was like figuring out the logistics of the equipment. And shit like that.
I mean, like I don't think we were like synced up and things like that.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. I think it just has to be fuck it. Let's just try again. Yeah. Hey man, let's shoot this one video in the park. Fuck it, man. Let's make a channel where just all of us and we're just posting on that one channel to help build up the individual channels. Whatever it is now to really get into that creator economy. I got to get out of this labor shit. Word. I'm pretty sure you're good with the marching band and stuff like that.
Word.
But try to get a little something on the side,
Word.
But yeah, man, we're about to go on to that hour mark. Crazy, bro. 55
Word.
minutes, man.
It flies by, bro.
Fucking A, man. This was dope, dude. I'm really glad you came out, man. Because like I said, bro, like this really is helping push it all out. Hopefully, maybe we could start doing some gaming too.
Yeah.
I just popped onto some chivalry. Like I just dropped a YouTube video too.
Word.
Where like I just have these crazy moments in chivalry, and I'm like, bro, this shit is. It brings a smile to my face.
Javelins or something.
Oh,
like that
dude,
now, right?
javelins, horses, just wild shit here.
Word. Yeah, I definitely. I gotta check out your channel because I know you've been posting stuff. I
Just
haven't been
here
on
and there.
YouTube like pretty much at all recently, bro.
So I did like some Jersey club shit with the fucking just like little moments, but
Word.
just these little horses.
Bro, that's such a therapeutic feeling, just like throwing a fucking javelin into somebody's head.
Bro, off a fucking horse? Fuck that. And then there's one where I'm like riding this damn horse and I rock somebody off a goddamn bridge, and I'm like, bro, this game is something else, man.
Yeah, that shit's dope, man. Yeah, once it gets like cooler out, that's when I start getting into like the gaming mode. When it's hot, bro, I just don't want to play games.
Word. All right, well, Tommy, man, again, bro, thank you for just helping me out with this, man.
Got you, bro.
You want to drop anything?
I don't know, just follow my band at @band_IV. That's it, bro.
All right,
That's
new
it.
music
Everything's
coming,
there.
right?
Yeah, it's
New
coming
music
soon, bro.
coming?
Coming soon.
All right, bro. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Later.
Peace out.